Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. RHONJ Ruelas dubbed Real D** for vile finale comments. RHONJ house husband, Ruelas has been dubbed a Real D** for his vile finale comments about Margaret Josephs. He said atrocious things about her and her family which had viewers up in arms. So what did they have to say after hearing him go off? Keep reading for more details. RHONJ Ruelas dubbed Real D** for vile finale comments. Ruelas has not been anyone's favorite person on RHONJ, except for Teresa Giudice and her 4 daughters. Now he has reached the lowest level possible by wishing suffering on Margaret Joseph's son. In the penultimate episode, Teresa and Louis gathered a handful of the cast as well as her lawyer. They claimed that they had dirt and a bombshell to drop about Margaret. As it turned out, they just wanted to share Margaret had been communicating with Louis' ex. More so, she was allegedly the one helping to spread false narratives about Louis. Viewers did not care about this and felt it was more of a dud than a bomb. For the big season 14 finale, it was supposed to explain why there was no reunion and close a chapter. More so, it was supposed to be explosive. Dolores Catania and Jennifer Fessler organized a last supper at Rails, but as Teresa was preparing to go, she was chatting with Louis. They were discussing Margaret and Louis said this. According to page 6, the fact that Ruelas brought up Margaret Joseph's son and wished suffering upon him made fans livid. Louis is a real DK to say that about Margaret's son suffering. He's not a good person. Louis wishing suffering on Margaret, her son, and their whole family. The guy is literally the devil. For Louis to say I hope Marge's son suffers is a bridge too far. Not even on the show. It was also brought up multiple times how Margaret Joseph's son is not even on the show. Therefore, she should never have been brought up in the first place. Her son has never been on the show, and has never spoken in the press about what allegedly happened or didn't. That was just cruel. So everyone is glossing over the fact that Louis said he wants Margaret's son to suffer, someone who is not on the show and has nothing to do with this nonsense. That's a true sociopath, no conscience. Ruelas was relentless in the way that he spoke about Margaret's son and did not back down. It was Teresa Giudice who was going to the meal, but he felt that he had to have his say. Little did they know it was Jackie Goldschneider who was talking to and hanging out with Louis' ex all along. The season finale of The Real Housewives of New Jersey was set to be an explosive one, but no one anticipated the firestorm that would erupt around Ruelas. As the episode aired, fans and cast members alike were left reeling from his controversial and vile comments, earning him the notorious nickname of the Real D** of New Jersey. The tension had been building for weeks, with simmering disputes and unresolved conflicts threatening to boil over. Louis, known for his often assertive and domineering personality, had been at the center of many of these clashes. However, it was his behavior in the final episode that truly shocked everyone. The final began innocuously enough, with the housewives gathering for what was supposed to be a celebratory dinner. Teresa Giudice, Louis's fiancée, was hopeful that the evening would bring a sense of closure and unity among the group. But as soon as everyone was seated, the atmosphere grew tense, a palpable sense of unease hanging in the air. As the wine flowed, old wounds were reopened. Margaret Josephs, never one to shy away from speaking her mind, brought up some of the more contentious moments of the season, including Louis's aggressive confrontations with other cast members. "We need to address the elephant in the room," she said, her eyes locking onto Louis. "Your behavior has been out of control, Louis. You owe everyone here an apology." Louis, his jaw clenched, was visibly irritated. "I don't owe anyone anything," he retorted, his voice cold and hard. "I've only ever defended myself and Teresa. You all just love to gang up on us." The room fell silent, the other housewives exchanging uneasy glances. Dolores Catania, usually the peacemaker, tried to intervene. "Louis, no one's ganging up on you. We just want to understand what's going on." But Louis was having none of it. He launched into a tirade, his voice rising with each word. "You all pretend to be friends, but you're just a bunch of backstabbing liars. And you, Margaret," he sneered, pointing a finger at her, "you're the worst of them all. Always stirring the pot, always trying to bring people down. You're nothing but a bitter, jealous woman. Margaret's face flushed with anger. How dare you? She shot back. You don't know anything about me. Enough, shouted Melissa Gorga, her patience wearing thin. This isn't helping anyone. Louis, you need to calm down. But Louis was beyond calming down. He turned his ire towards Melissa. And you, Melissa, always playing the victim, always trying to act like you're better than everyone else. You're just as fake as the rest of them. As the argument escalated, Teresa tried to defend her fiancé. Louis is just passionate, she insisted, her voice trembling. He's been under a lot of stress. But the damage was done. The other housewives were visibly shaken, their expressions a mix of shock and disgust. Even Joe Gorga, who had always tried to stay neutral, couldn't hide his dismay. This isn't okay, Louise, he said quietly. You've crossed a line. The evening ended in chaos, with the housewives storming out one by one, leaving Teresa and Louis alone at the table. The cameras captured every moment, the viewers at home witnessing the complete unraveling of the group's dynamics. As the episode aired, social media exploded with reactions. Fans were appalled by Louis's behavior, flooding Twitter and Instagram with comments. Louis is the real ***RHONJ. One tweet read, garnering thousands of likes and retweets. Can't believe the way he talked to Margaret and Melissa. Totally unacceptable. Even former housewives weighed in, with some expressing their disappointment and others outright condemning Louis. I've seen a lot of drama over the years, but this takes the cake, tweeted one former cast member. There's no excuse for such vile behavior. In the days following the finale, the backlash only intensified. Louis attempted to issue an apology through a hastily arranged Instagram Live, but it did little to quell the outrage. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, he said, looking more annoyed than contrite. But I was just defending myself and my fiancé. The response was swift and brutal. Comments flooded in, calling him insincere and manipulative. An apology with an if is no apology at all, one commenter wrote. Own up to your actions, Louis. Teresa, ever loyal, stood by her man, but even she couldn't escape the fallout. Fans and critics alike questioned her judgment, wondering how she could support someone who had shown such a dark side. Teresa, you deserve better. Read one poignant tweet. Don't let him drag you down. As the dust settled, it became clear that the events of the finale would have lasting repercussions. The housewives were left to pick up the pieces, their relationships fractured and their trust in each other deeply shaken. And Louis Ruelas, once seen as a supportive partner to Teresa, was now a pariah, dubbed the real *** of New Jersey. In the world of reality television, where drama is currency, Louis's vile comments had certainly delivered. But in doing so, they had also revealed a side of him that many found deeply troubling. As the new season loomed on the horizon, fans could only speculate on what lay ahead for the cast of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. One thing was certain, though, the fallout from Louis's tirade would not be easily forgotten.